Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the G1 League Qualifiers. We march onward. It's now time for Mineski versus Gizmo. This game is actually game number 2. Our series ran really long with Famofu's team, so unfortunately we missed game 1, but it is Gizmo, as you can see, currently leading the series 1-0. You can see that up here in the top left corner, the top middle, I should say. So with that being said, it's actually Mineski. For some reason, they're tagged up as Rat Boogang. I have no idea what that means. Hopefully it's not profanity. But with that being said, well, they're in a 1-game deficit. So for Mineski, they got to win 2 in a row. For Gizmo, they only need 1. We'll see if they can do it. Should be a very interesting series. Thank you all for joining me. You're, of course, watching Beyond the Summits coverage of the G1 League. If you didn't already know, G1 League has an official English website. I highly encourage you all to go watch from there, as it directly supports the organizers. And, hey, doing that's a pretty nice thing to do. So with that being said, it's g1.2p.com if you want to go check that one out. The draft now underway. As far as our picks and bans go, well, on the Radiant side, it looks like Gizmo actually had the first pick. They first picked the Mag after banning PL. So they banned PL on the first stage, then they went Mag. Interesting choice from them. They want to have that strong mid-game 5-man, it looks like, and PL a hero who can just split push, stall the game, and prevent you from ever grouping up. So pretty logical, straightforward bans there. As for Mineski, I keep on wanting to say Rat Boogang, but I don't know why. Of course, Gizmo from Malaysia, one of many sort of second-tier Malaysian teams, with the up there with teams like Invasion, Malay All-Stars, but they haven't quite broken into the top ranks of Malaysian Dota. And it's interesting because Malaysia and Singapore really have a very dense talent pool. Outside of China, they're probably the most dense talent pools in all of Asia, and arguably in the world. I mean, because you look at Europe, and it's not really fair to count Europe as one country. Maybe Russia, you could argue, is a sort of second to China. But beyond that, I mean, even then, a lot of the top Russian players are from Ukraine, which is technically a separate country as well. So, well, I mean, just going on a country-by-country basis per capita, Malaysia has a lot of good Dota players. But they're going to be up against the Philippines. They're going to be up against Mineski. It's Malaysia versus the Philippines. In Dota, of course, only. It's all fun here, guys. I don't want to see any comments about other stuff. So we're going to see the Panda, the Bounty Hunter getting banned. Kind of all random bans. Obviously, the Void makes sense because he's really strong with Keeper of the Light, Rubik, and Puck because they have tons of damage for supports across the board, and he provides that nice setup stun. Panda, a little bit weird. I don't know how they would actually lane Panda. They could try lane Panda. It's something that the Pinoy teams have done in the past. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it's actually that strong, and I'd be surprised if they did it here today. People are saying it means like 30 different things.
10 seconds remaining.
I'll just stick to calling them Mineski.
5 seconds.
We'll be the full roster for Mineski right now. Good to see that. Bimbo actually using his real name for once. That's also nice to see. Gizmo goes for a Sven. Is it a support Sven? Generally, I would say support Sven. I know Winter's a big fan of that, and it's sort of a trend lately. But no, looks like a carry Sven. So with Mag and Sven, they got the big team fight. They got the big cleaves. Can they actually find the openings for them? We'll have to wait and see. Mineski, quick response there with the Enigma pickup. So then the question is, what is Yanni going to be playing? What will that hard carry for him be? Bimbo's been all over the place. I've seen him play support since Joven's joined the team. So we see a Joven Puck. Joven Sanity has hit the Dota 2 decks. And it will be, it looks like, a Yanni Shadow Fiend. Indeed it will. So with all that being said, guys, it's time to introduce the teams. On the Dire side, we have Mineski, Jay playing the Enigma, Joven playing that Puck, Yanni on the Shadow Fiend, Oa on the Rubik, and Geo on the Keep of the Light. A star-studded roster if I've ever seen one, although I do miss my Wood Shaker. On the side of Gizmo, we have the Shadow Demon, Glory ZS going to be handling that, Insidious C, the stand-in, playing that Queen of Pain. I think I've seen him standing a lot before. for other teams from Southeast Asia. So maybe sort of like the equivalent of black as far as the Asian scene goes. But ZGL on the Sven. Ooh, on the Jakiro. And last but not least, Ken Rio going to be playing that mag. And it looks like either a jungle or an off-lane mag. Stout Shield picked up for him. Going to quickly check all the inventories. Don't see anything too unusual just yet. Gizmo has more good luck, though. They have more branches, so probably going to be them. Or actually, sorry, Mineski does. Mineski has more branches, so probably going to be them taking this game one. The GG branch. Buy at least 2 to guarantee a good game. So Ken Rio going to be attempting those mid pulls. We've seen players, some players get it, some players don't. The issue is if you miss them, you really fall behind. Whereas for Mineski, Bimbo could just be jungling, but off the bat, he's going to be in the bottom lane. Oh man, my allergies acting up. Just a little bit.
30 seconds to battle.
So it seems like everything's fairly stable here on the stream. We've been having all these issues with lag, so I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything, which is why I'm sometimes not talking. I'm just checking XSplit, checking sort of my copy of the stream, and making sure everything's alright. Looks like it's good to go. So it is going to be Bimbo heading towards the off lane. He'll actually be laning the Enigma, or not. He saw the Jakiro bottom, so he expects the defensive tri-lane, and once he sees that, he says, okay, I'm just going to go jungle. I thought maybe I'd get that 1v1 versus the Mag or the Queen of Pain, but that's not the case. So Jay's going to be in the jungle off the bat. And Geo going to be putting some spam towards mid. Pushing that lane, interesting choice. It's going to make it hard to mid pull when the lane's pushing like this, because then your tower pushes a lot. We can see Ken Rio off the bat going for his mid pull. Let's see if he can get it. You have to turn around, draw the creep, auto attack. Nope, that's not going to work. If you want a mid pull, you have to basically let the creeps hit you right when you get to here. I can't draw, but right in this area. Otherwise, they'll just walk back. That's the new change. He'll try for a stack now, though. I think he's going to miss that. No, now he's just going to farm with... Oh, no, sorry, he is skewer, so he's not farming quickly. He's just going to auto-attack the creeps, I guess. Not very efficient. This is not efficient jungling. So they're giving the Sven free farm. They're trading it for Yanni's Shadow Fiend. But Yanni struggling a little bit in terms of the... No, never mind. Sorry, he just has an extra wave coming where Sven is pushing out. So actually last hitting pretty well. He does miss a CS here or there. But for the most part, it's been pretty solid. 6 and 5 for him. 6 and 2 for the Sven. The next wave's coming in. He is fighting under his tower for those last hits. It was not pulled. He didn't start with that Wraith Band. I really feel it's worth getting on the Shadow Fiend if he's going safe late especially. Just... make sure that he doesn't miss any, but Yanni's still doing a nice job. 8 and 5, 13 total last hits, and now it starts to get really easy. He's already got 12 souls. He's got that max that he can get for level 1. And we're going to have to see if this mag is actually being efficient with his farming. The camp is going to respawn. He's only level 1. He hasn't even killed the small camp enough to hit level 2. Now he'll go for a mid pull. Let's see if he gets it right this time. Just barely gets it. So finally going to be able to do some farming, but it's so slow compared to a jungle Enigma. Look at Bimbo. Like I was saying, he's already level 3. You compare that to this mag, just hits level 2, and obviously the levels are harder to come by as you level up. It's 500 experience to get to level 4 at this point, and Jay is just really pulling ahead. Hits level 4. Or sorry, to go to level 5. He's already level 4, so he's way ahead. Mineski getting the much better trades because jungling mag is just not really that efficient for the most part. It's very hard to constantly land the mid pulls. That's why I don't think we'll see much of it in the long term. Some teams are still doing it, but it just generally puts you behind. We've seen it like 5 or 6 times now, pretty much every time it has. So experience-wise, they have a 500 experience lead. Gold-wise, pretty even. But they're really abusing this jungle. Now farming with Eidolons, as well as Illuminate spam. As well as potentially some pulls. On the bottom lane, Sven continues to take free farm. Has gone for boots first. We're not going to see ZGL rush a Midas. The team fight of both squads is quite strong. RP, Black Hole, Shadow Fiend, Requiem, Dream Coil. I mean, looking at these lineups, I think you give a slight edge to Mineski just because they have the Rubik. So they're the ones who can steal an additional team fight spell. But assuming that doesn't happen, then the team fight is quite solid. The damage is incredible on both teams. The AoE from Keeper, the AoE from Queen of Pain. That's just a lot. 4-minute rune about to spawn in City of C, posturing for it. Getting ready to go. Not going just yet. Now I'm going to check top. Rune will be top. And what do you know? It's a regen. Lane officially won. 18-6. It's not actually won, but it certainly helps. He's opted to skip Shadow Strike. Doesn't care about being able to bait out that phase shift, which actually makes sense, because looking at their lineup, they're running a mag as an offlane, and they're only really, well, if they're going for these ganks, then it doesn't make sense. So, I mean, if you're going for the ganks, you want to be able to bait out the phase shift first, and Shadow Strike's the way to do that. So, given the fact that they're ganking, I don't think it's the right build. Tower will fall top. Easily claimed by the Dire. Not last hit by Yanni, though. So gonna hold his farm back a little bit. Okay, maybe they're not ganking mid then. They're heading towards top. They're looking to backstab the Shadow Fiend. Oh boy, Yanni could die here. Yanni's feeling very confident. Oh, the smoke is gonna wear off. Yanni able to run away. Ice Path to fly, though. Will catch him. Disruption into Skewer. Could be his doom, but they're coming back in with a big Illuminate. Shadow Fiend's a long way from up. Needs to start raising his way out of here. Raise number 1. Yanni gonna die first. And comes Insidious C. He wants some more. He wants Geo. He's actually not gonna go. If he had Shadow Strike, he could have gone for more, but just gonna get the 1 kill and back off. So they get the tier 1. They give up a first blood, and now Mag has a relatively safe lane to farm. Yanni shouldn't have been there. You either get the tower and back off, or you push with your whole team. Just leaving the Shadow Feed there when there's been 2 supports missing, all the way from bottom to top, that's really risky, to put it mildly. It's fine to stay there, but if you're going to stay there, your team needs to be backing you up, and they just were not in position. They were all going to the side shop to get boots, TP scrolls, that sort of thing, and just some team miscommunication from the looks of things. Oh, gonna not... Oh, missed the stack there. That's unfortunate. Oh, didn't want the stack, I guess. He just wants the double pull.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Up to level 3. Oh! Jay, bottom lane, surrounded, killed off by 3. So kind of a slow pace here to the game. We've had the tier 1 drop top, the first blood going the way of Gizmo. They get a secondary kill on Bimbo, who did leave the lane. Surprised he didn't just stay in the jungle. He's also gone for Tranquil Boots. I don't really like that build. I mean, it's fine to get one or the other, but getting both just delays your next item so much. An item like a mech and Tranquil Boots Soul Ring, you don't need both of them to jungle. It's more just for a laning build if you always want to be at full HP, but he should just be in the jungle. He will die if he goes bottom, and there's 3 heroes there, and there frequently are. There's the 2 supports, there's the mag who's apparently not occasionally not even in top lane. Dreamcoil drop mid onto Insidious C, though. He's silenced. He's going to break the stun. Blinks away. Dies to the tether. Glory ZS was not in position to disrupt him there in time, so as a result, he'll fall. Creeps stacked up. Just continuing to farm, continuing to abuse this jungle as much as possible. Bimbo's still at the bottom lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now they want to fight. Joven doesn't have his Dream Coil though. Do they have Black Hole? Yeah, he's level 6. But with Mag here and with Sven here, this is going to be hard. They need to basically just hit a 2-hero Black Hole off the bat, or it's going to be instantly cancelled. And even 2 might not be enough. Now the Stormbolt comes in. In comes Sven. He's angry. Head full of steam. But the Black Hole will be channeled. It catches everyone. The Illuminate as well. What a great Black Hole. The patience from Bimbo stands and delivers. Well played, my friend. Well played.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Queen of Pain blinked into that one. Jumped right in, right as the Black Hole came out. That was just unfortunate. Mineski bait the trap. Then they sprint it. And while on that, they experience massive increase. They already have the huge advantage with the mag, inefficient jungling, then being in the offlane and not getting much. And the gold lead really accelerating. Also because they're just able to abuse the stacks better. Gizmo, they have good stack farming with the Shadow Demon, but level 2 Shadow Poison is no Illuminate. Jakiro does okay damage. It's not like a Keeper of the Light, not like a Shadow Fiend, who can just constantly mow down massive stacks of creeps. And on the back of that, Yanni could get close to that Shadow Blade. He's got enough now. I imagine that's what we'll see. That's your standard Pinoy Shadow Fiend. Get that early Shadow Blade out. Start controlling the map. And with that, you can find some kills. You can kill a hero like Shadow Demon before he can even self-disrupt, or just set up your raises to kill him afterwards. He hasn't spent his gold yet, though. Maybe he'll go BKB, because he doesn't have to go the map control build. The thing is, they actually have an amazing... Oh, they're going to go bottom. There's your Malphus to start. There is an RP, but there's no mana. He's burst down. Joven getting active. He was impressive yesterday. He's been impressive today so far. 3-0-2. They're on the ropes. They can't afford to lose this game, and they're battling back. Oh, that observer placed behind the tower. Puck orbs in. Doesn't have the coil right now. Was already used, so... As a result, we will see our Shadow Demon safely trot away towards mid, but they're going to have to forfeit this tower bottom, and they're not getting to trade. A big win for Mineski. Now the Blink Dagger coming soon on the Puck. The BKB, not too far off on Bimbo. They're keeping the pressure up in all the lanes. This jungle offlane mag, I don't believe in it. It's like support silencer. It just doesn't seem like something that really works that well. It's too slow, it's too inefficient. When you could mid pull reliably is different, but nowadays, and with the new skewer being so reduced, not as effective. We'll see Rubik get picked off mid. Oh, we're just gonna bite the dust. I mean, it does end up working sometimes, but that's just because teams get caught by RP later in the game, which, you know, if you play well, shouldn't really happen. I'm just saying, I don't think we're going to see any of the Chinese teams running a jungle mag, an off-lane mag too often, unless they get a 1v1 matchup, unless they're anticipating it. It does pair well with an aggressive tri-lane to run the solo mag in the off-lane. I think that's fine. Or rather, to run the safe lane mag with an aggressive tri-lane is what I mean. I think that's a little bit more viable, but the jungle off-lane mag just... It doesn't seem that effective. Yanni does have the Claymore up. The Shadow Blade's almost here. This is a big item to pick up for him. With the Shadow Blade, we look around the map. There's a lot of heroes you can burst down. Kills being traded past the tier 2 mid. Puck jumps in. Onto Ooh, who will fall. Picked off. Brought down. 2 supports dead. Blink Dagger now up on Yanni. Or not on Yanni, on Joven, who might die. Dream Coils too. There is an RP. Wow, they really wanted that kill. Ken Rio really does what it takes to get it. But the damage is done. The blink is up. The Shadow Fiend's left unchecked. He's going to have his Shadow Blade. Very fast at that. Even so, he's actually behind Joven in total net worth. But only slightly. 150 gold away. Nice deny by Glory ZS. With the Eidolon volley traveling towards the tower. With Bimbo auto-attacking it as well with his hero. He still finds the opening. Remember, we haven't seen the full potential of Mineski's lineup. We haven't seen a stolen RP. We haven't seen the big team fight. RP, Black Hole, Requiem, Dream Coil, Illuminate. If they can land that kind of a combo, even like half of those spells, Gizmo is absolutely screwed. And now Shadow Fiend has a Shadow Blade. He's going to go back to base. Let's see if he can start finding kills. Even a hero like Queen of Pain, you can burst her down. If she's, say, at like 500 HP, you get an auto attack, you hit a raise, she's dead. With that plus 150 physical damage, she will fall. So nobody is safe if they're at anything except full HP. And a hero like Queen of Pain, potentially if she's wasted her blink, then you can kill her from full HP. But if she uses it properly, you're going to need her a little bit below that. You need basically the one auto attack and the raise to be enough to finish the kill. He'll Shadow Blade in towards the top lane, looking for Insidious C. He's got a haste rune. He's actually going to go for the Requiem. If he lands it on top of her, oh, it's not going to happen. I mean, that's the other thing, is if the enemy hero just doesn't move for a good 2 seconds, then you can ult them, but in competitive play, you don't see a hero stand still for that long, and Queen of Pain hasted. Insidious C has that haste in the bottle, is finally going to TP away from top. They just assumed she was gone. Yanni said, screw it, I'm going to farm. Meanwhile, bottom lane, onto Bimbo. He's been stunned. He's pushed way past the river by himself. He's dead. The backup is coming. Skewer is here. RP to follow. Again, just some hate. Some hate. First it was the Joven hate. Now it's the Bimbo hate, but they do get the kill. They farm the Eidolons. That's a lot of gold as well. The Eidolon's working on the courier. Nice micro by Bimbo there. But not enough to get it. Magnus defending that top tower is finally working towards his BKB, or his Blink Dagger. And for Mineski, haven't really seen them kind of capitalize on their advantages here. They have the Shadow Blade for the Shadow Fiend, but he hasn't found kills yet. It's been about 2 minutes or so. They haven't actually pushed down these last outer towers, despite having the lineup work that can build. Oh, there you go. Jumping in on Kenryo, instantly assassinated. No Blink Dagger for him anytime soon. Now the phase shift. Oh, not going to be there, but Shadow Fiend's doing work. The big damage. Courier will fall. The Dire Courier sniped in the middle of this fight. Now the Queen of Pain ult hits too. Blink in. What a stun. Yanni explodes. Pops like a pinata. There's no black hole to be seen. And meanwhile, Queen of Pain, they go back in. It might be Joven who turns this fight around in the end. Oh, the black hole was actually instantly canceled there. Didn't even see it get channeled. I think it's when he walked in. He just started channeling it, and then something must have canceled, or his hero manually canceled it. Not 100% sure, but no black hole used there. Now the Blink Dagger up. Now he's going to get surrounded. Buyback from Queen of Pain. Jay's going to fall. Everybody's really rejoining the fight. Has anybody died this fight? It feels like nobody has, because they all keep on coming back to life. They all keep on buying back or living and blinking. And now Joven's going to do it. Gets away. Big plays from him. Let's take a look at the buybacks. Only Queen of Pain? Really? It felt... Oh, Shadow Fiend already respawned. That's what it was. Shadow Fiend respawn. Rubik's back down bottom. Keeper of the Light back at base. He hasn't died yet, though. He's been playing quite well. So that's Yanni 0-2. They have this amazing potential with their lineup, but they're just not finding the right fights. And now it looks like it might be time for a Dagon. Joven says, you guys aren't getting the job done. Our Shadow Fiend, Yanni's dying. I'm going to carry this game by myself. It's time to unleash the Joven sanity. Let's see if he can do it. Double damage spawns bottom. The Sven, we haven't really seen anything out of him this game. He's participated in a handful of fights. He is farming rather poorly, and the thing with Sven is, I think a lot of people remember DreamHack, and if he's just allowed to farm massive stacks of Ancients, then he can farm really quickly. But he can't farm fast unless his team is stacking for him. Maybe if you buy a Helm of the Dominator and stack the neutrals yourself, but that's generally not something you want to do in Sven. You want to be getting the BKB, the Daedalus, something like a Mask of Madness that gives you move speed as well. Maybe your drums along the way. And because of that, he's way behind on CS, despite the fact that he's 0-1-4. He's only died once. He's not a hero that's great at getting kills like a Queen of Pain, like a Shadow Fiend. And he's not a hero that can just quickly farm the jungle on his own. He doesn't have spammable nukes. His cleave isn't that scary until later on. So Sven, in theory, can be a great farmer, but he requires the support, dedicated support of the entire team, and we're not seeing it. The Ancients haven't been scratched. They're not really making full use of him, and that's why Mineski still ahead in gold, still ahead in experience. Now they're going to smoke up under cover of their own tier 1. From the mid lane, they head towards the enemy jungle, looking for Gizmo. Can they find anyone? That's going to be the question. To the left, we have Mag. We have Sven. To the right, we have 3. There's a TP on the Mag. Nope, no TP on the Mag. This is going to be bad. Mag will be here. Twin-headed Dragon has not been spotted yet. They're circling around. The creep wave is there. They're going to look to dive, but they haven't found anything yet. The Shadow Poison, they're just going to split. Delta split to the right. Blink in from Jay. Could find this Shakiro. Oh, he gets juked. They're all going to escape. 1, 2, 3. They all TP out. A lot of wasted time there, and they're just going to start pushing mid. Now they finally have their blink on the Mag. Such a incredibly late blink. 18 minutes in, but he'll get it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Insidious C? Might be in trouble here. Oh, man. Gets hit by the Requiem, then blinks to the boundary of the Requiem, gets hit by the damage a second time, and dies. Yeah, that can actually happen, guys. If you blink outward, then the Requiem can in fact hit you twice. That's what we see there. Pretty hilarious stuff.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dagon is up. Dagon is here for Joven. He's going to be their semi-carry this game. Yanni, BKB coming soon. Now they're muscling towards the tower. There's a BKB on Sven. Remember, there's Black Hole. Remember, there's an RP that could be stolen. In they go. RP to start, but Skewer was already used. No Black Hole. Now Yanni in trouble. Brought down in 2 clean swipes of that big fat sword. And now it's time to run. Owen needs to TP out quick. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, we have a Shadow Fiend dusted up, trying to escape. Shadow Poison, bringing him low. Can they bring him down? They have 3 stacks on him. It's not enough. He's down to 16 HP, but he will live. Still they're chasing. Still they're trying to find Yanni. Insidious C wants this kill bad. He wants it. Blink in. Scream to fly. Shadow blades away. Can't finish the job. Is he going to go for another Blink Scream? He doesn't know which way to run. Pushed away. Driven back. He'll probably blind Scream any second now, but he's not going to find the Shadow Fiend. Still, Rubik was not in position. He couldn't steal the Magnus RP. He was all the way over here to the right. Needed to be back over this way towards the other side of the trees. Maybe up on the hill. Just couldn't find the right position. Couldn't get the RP. And with that, Bimbo dies immediately. Went back for the Blink. Didn't get his BKB, so he just melts. Blinks in. It's going to go with the Malphus top lane. On to Glory ZS. Illuminate now being channeled. Blink it as well. Dagon to fly. Down will go. They get the Shadow Demon. Pretty easy kill.
Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
In the middle lane, it's going to be Insidious C, who's really caught up nicely in the middle game. But still, Shadow Fiend sitting at 9k net worth just shows you the power of this hero as a flash farmer compared to the Sven. Sven's got maybe half that. Well, not quite half that, but his impact feels majorly less. And once that BKB gets lower, he's going to be very susceptible to just getting stunned. They have a lot of disables that don't go through BKB, and the BKB will get shorter. Whereas for Yanni, he doesn't have his BKB yet, so when he gets it, it will be that 10-second duration. We'll see. It's only been 1 charge so far, but it's something that could come into play later on. Sven being a melee hero, much easier to kite. At the same time, for Gizmo, they still have this amazing potential for teamfight with Empower and with Sven's built-in cleave, where he could still just absolutely crush you with one fell swoop of his sword. That Buster Sword, if you played Final Fantasy VII, that's what it is. Well, this doesn't quite look like it, but he's got a different sword. It's actually the most impractical looking thing. Like, the Buster Sword doesn't even look... Oh, here we go. Big smoke gank into the Roche Pit. Bimbo gets caught by RP to start. They need to burst him down. RP wasn't stolen. It was. Here comes the RP that was stolen. Can they actually find the opening? Bimbo could go low ground to high ground with this Black Holy Will. He catches 3. Raise number 1. Raise number 2 to miss. Doesn't matter. Bimbo does it. The stolen RP never even needed in the fight. Meanwhile, Blink away from the puck. Actually giving chase. Gonna find that Sven, who tries to fight his way out, tries to man up. Stormbolt is there, but then RP'd and finished. Finished completely and utterly. Smacked him into the ground, beat him down, picked him off. That was all Bimbo. Right here. Low ground to high ground. Really well done by him. Even pulled the mag in, and Roche was like, hey, I'll help you. I'll help you in this fight. He just goes to Yanni.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So now Yanni's really getting scary. And you can see the limitations of Sven in these engagements. So much easier to kite, so much easier to deal with.
Tower is under attack.
He really just relies on his team catching 3-4 heroes in RP, Ice Path, all the follow-up. And it doesn't look like he's able to get it.
Thank you from the bottom of my soul.
Here we go, more Shadow Blade action towards the mid lane. Looking for the Queen of Pain. Can they find her? Not just yet. Meanwhile, the illusions for the puck pushing top. Is he upgrading that Dagon? No. Anything on the courier? I guess Yanni's been dying a fair amount. 8-3 and 7. He started off, I think, 4-0 and 3. So he slowed down a little bit with a couple of deaths here and there. But Blinken going for the Sven. Not going to find him. They're still pushing towards the mid lane. They want to keep the aggression up. Working on the tower. Shadow Fiend bringing it down quickly. Will it be denied? Nope, no chance of that.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Now the Puck, looking for a Blink Coil. This could be big if he finds it. Mag is not in position. He's top. Now he'll come in. He'll get closer. They could just push the tier 2 bottom. They don't have to force this full engagement yet, and they're not going to. They got their lane ward down. They got some good vision up. Now they'll back off. Regroup. Get your BKB up on Bimbo. You really want that before you break the base. Even if he gets RP'd, if he has that BKB, he's unlikely to die. Oa, his RP about to end. He's just going to cast it on creeps. Why the hell not? Oh man, he actually would have had it, I think, if he just ran straight at them. But of course, he couldn't know this was coming. Smoke gank. Gank train. Choo-choo! Going for the backstab. Here we go. Yanni's got that Aegis, though. He's got that BKB. It's going to be crucial if he blows it before dying. If he dies, and he blows it, it could really come back to haunt him. Twin-headed dragon looking to start the fight from one direction. They're going for a pincer movement. Where is the commitment here? Mag lurking. The farthest away, he's not even in position really right now. Creed of Pain's coming in. They're trying to find the opening. Sven's going to come one way. The net's going to close. The trap is revealed. Yanni's going to jump in, but not before they get the jump from Joven off the bat, snipes one. The Dire Courier dies yet again, but Dream Coil on two. Requiem unwinds, delivers, drops them low. Oo's gonna fall. Now the Ice Path catches out ZGL, and he's on the run. He BKBs to no avail. He'll die. And now this is it. Gizmo just wiped. Wiped from the face of the planet. Down now 14k gold, 14k experience.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
RP was blown. Rubik didn't steal it, but has Ice Path. They stole Black Hole. They can easily break the base now. There's not even a glyph. There's just nothing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
This is going to go to a game 3, almost certainly. Gizmo took the game 1. No idea how that happened. Didn't get to catch it. But in game 2, it will be Mineski. Looks like they're going to bounce back. Force this to a deciding game 3.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Blinking for the Puck. Silence on Glory's ES as well. Now Dagoned up. Joven. Boy, is he an artist at just finding these kills at the fountain. And somehow living to tell the tale. But they're not Raxing during this time. Now Queen of Pain comes in from the sidelines, has that haste rune, wants to actually go. She's got her ult. They still have Aegis on Shadow Fiend. They've got the Manta on Yanni. He'll be fine. Oh, Black Hole. What a Black Hole by Bimbo. Jumps in, catches 3. Shadow Fiend just auto-attacks his way through. Kenrio, there's your stun. Bringing the Shadow Fiend now, but remember, he's got BKB. He's got his Requiem. Or not his Requiem, but his Aegis. He'll come back in a few seconds here. And now, Mask of Madness Sven going to drop very quickly. He's down. He's back to the fountain. He's just going to have to tuck his tail between his legs here. Ubosyan Mineski. Pushing onward into the enemy base. Looking to force that deciding game 3. Sight Device of Queen of Pain could be a big item if you had gotten it a bit earlier, but at this point, you've got a BKB on the Enigma and the Shadow Fiend and a Mantis out of boots, so you might even hex the Raw Illusion if you don't cast it at the right moment. Could still be a game-turning item, but not the same as it would be if it was a bit faster if Mineski was a bit farther behind. Keeper of the Light, not really known for needing regenerates, but he'll take it. It'll do in a pinch. The Ghost Scepter picked up by him. Just something to help keep him alive from that Sven. And Yanni wants to go in mid. What's amazing is they would be like easily 20k ahead if they hadn't fed their courier 2 or 3 times this game. I think it's twice. But that's a lot of gold. That's a solid 1,500. Not to mention you delay items of your own, potentially. Blink it! RP on Yanni, skewers him back in. Sven is gonna... Yanni looks to be very dead. They'll get Yanni. They blew a lot. He'll just buy back immediately. He'll have less souls, but he'll come right back. Puck on the run. Needs to port away. Will do so. Is leveling up that Dagon. That's level 2 Dagon. Could bring him low, but what's the Queen of Pain? What's this Queen of Pain? Shadow Fiend drops the ult. Drops the Pain. Dragon down, and now ZGL on the run. The Shadow Blink could be used to chase here. The Blink, Dream Coil, the Ice Path will latch. That's it. With the Dream Coil, and with that, that might be 2 lanes of Rex. That just might be a GG. They don't have RP. Wasn't stolen by Rubik again, though. Hasn't been able to find it since that earlier fight. But still, they've got a Dagon too. How can they lose now? Let's be honest. This item wins you games. Now they're going to push into the base.
Tower is under attack.
Blinking from Puck. Silence on Glory Z. Zapped! Zap! Pew pew. I miss my Tinker sound effects.
Middle tower.
I love when he goes, pew pew, pew pew! Puck needs to do that. Any hero should do that when they have a Dagon, but... We're saying pew pew in our heart, guys.
Has fallen.
So this is only game 2. It's a best out of 3. The loser goes home. The winner moves on into stage 2, where they will be waiting to face some very tough opponents. Teams like ABC, LGD, and a lot of the top teams from Asia, from China, Tongfu, Vici Gaming, and others. A total of 8 teams from the qualifier
Under attack.
to be decided today. A total of 8 teams that were invited directly into stage 2. From those, 4 will emerge. They go on to play with the 4 Asian finalists from last season. Orange, LGD China, DK and IG. And from those, 4 emerge.
Radiant's middle
And they go to the LAN finals, where they'll play with 2 North American European teams. Beautiful RP into the fountain. But the damage is done. Oh, it actually steals Sonic Wave. Yeah. That's not going to happen. Here comes the Requiem. Here comes the Requiem. Oh, man. Not quite enough. I was hoping that would be a little more spectacular, but Sven's not quite that squishy anymore. Gizmo will start the disconnects. They had their fun at the fountain, but they're beat. It's time for that game 3, guys. Who's it going to be? Who's your buddy on? Is it Gizmo? Is it Mineski? Are you a fan of either team? If so, make some noise for them in the chat. But then get a drink, because we're in for the long haul. We got more games coming up after this one. It's a day of Dota here on Beyond the Summit. Actually, a weekend just of constant casting. By the time today is done, I think it'll have been 28 hours for me. And we're now well into it. It's going to be about a 14-hour cast today. We started about 4 hours ago or so, so about a little under a third of the way through. And so far, so good. Been some fun games.
victory.
Thank you all for tuning in, guys. Stay tuned. When we return, we'll have that deciding game 3 for you. Gizmo versus Mineski, the G1 League qualifiers. I'm LD. If you enjoy my casting, be sure to follow me, twitter.com/LDDota. Thank you all for tuning in, and be sure to watch the stream on the G1 League website to directly support them, g1.2p.com. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned. Game 3 coming up next.